What?
Nothing. I don't have nothing to say.
You have a whole lot to say, don't you? Don't let them punk you. It's okay. Welcome back to another
What are you
episode.
doing? What are you doing?
I'm jumping in. I'm ready. They gonna have to catch up.
Lord.
I'm confused.
I know she just threw the whole energy off, right?
My energy's ready.
It's a cat.
Y'all better catch up.
Mm-hmm.
That's because Jen didn't have her icy. Come on.
I haven't tried it yet.
Come on.
Sinful pleasures. Yeah. Now you there. Go.
Now that everyone's caught up, welcome back to another episode of Sinful Pleasures. I'm TJ LaRue, and we have
Jennifer and Rel.
and
The producer.
yay.
Yeah.
So we're back for another special episode. I just want to catch up. How has everybody been?
Good. No
And you
complaints.
good? No complaints doesn't mean that you're good.
Well, I'm all right.
Oh,
It's been a week.
it has. You had a week last time too.
It's always a week.
We got to turn this around for you.
Well,
'Cause
it's been a year, 2020.
We're not claiming 2020. We can't claim this year. It's been a rough year. It's been a rough year. All right, guys. So we ready?
Oh my God. What's wrong? The energy in the room is off.
It is off, isn't it?
It's off. Should I put porn on the screen?
Don't.
Don't need that.
Or should
I
we
can't
put?
see it. It's like
Ro can't see it, but should we put porn on the phone?
I don't know. Well, today, so for this episode, we actually have a special guest.
Special guest.
And what's beautiful for the listeners out there and the viewers, one, you're not going to be able to see them. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're not going to be able to see him. He has to protect his identity, which means he can make it spicier, the conversation. So that's dope. But we are going to learn about the power of the tongue. Yeah, see, the power of the tongue. Hold on. Let me say it again. The power of the tongue. But more verbally than actually physically, because what is our largest sex organ?
The brain.
Right? No.
Well,
Damn, the skin. No, that's the largest organ of the body. Yes, the skin. Look who paid attention in high school biology class and anatomy. But this is probably going to be a multi-part episode because I really want to take this time to focus in on our guest.
Yes.
And Rel, I would really love for you to be the one to introduce said guest.
so we have a special guest today, and I don't know. I'll just start off with saying welcome. And I don't know. I'm not good at this. This is her
All
thing.
right. So let me set our special guest up.
gosh.
Our guest actually works in the sex industry, in the sex trade. He trades dollars for pleasure. It's a beautiful thing. So without further ado, because we done dropped the ball on this one, let's welcome. I'm gonna let him say his name.
yeah, say it.
Say it.
Say the name.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Chocolate Thunder in the house.
Chocolate Thunder.
Mr. Thunder. How does it feel to be? Well, first of all, thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
We really appreciate that.
Happy to be here.
How are you feeling about this situation? Comfortable or?
Are you nervous?
Just a tad, but I'm also ready to spill a little tea.
I'm excited for you. I'm really excited.
I'm excited for me.
My goal is to make all of you excited.
Maybe that's why that's why I came in ready for this episode.
I can
They
do
got
a
to
lot of
catch up.
things.
I'm ready.
I'm not ready.
But y'all gonna look at the cameras, not at Mr. Thunder, okay?
No.
So
I know
let's
it's
do it
hard
that
to
way,
do.
right? Yeah, because we got to think about the people who are watching this on YouTube. Got to give them the best experience possible, right?
All right.
It's so hard though. 'Cause this is
Is it?
Yeah.
Y'all ready? Is that hard?
It is.
It's not that hard.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm excited with all the possibilities. Like this is just
Mr. Thunder, Jen only needs 6 minutes. So
See, that's a cheap call.
So I do have a question as we're getting, I know that we're going to get into this further, but in your field, what would 6 minutes run? What would be the cost on that? Price point.
Depending on who you select to call, 6 minutes could run you about $5.
That's it.
God damn.
It's cheap.
All right. So, Mr. Thunder, what is it exactly that you do?
Yeah, what's your sexual pleasure?
No, what does he do?
I am I'm considered a phone sex operator.
Wow. Okay. All right. And for the people, do you want people that after this show is done and they listen to, do you want them to be able to possibly give you $5 for 6 minutes? Or do you want to keep that a secret?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I will accept my money. You hear me? Pay the bills.
So, phone sex operator, and this is through a website or?
Correct. This is through a website.
Okay, not listed in the back of porn magazines, correct?
Oh, no.
Okay,
Online only.
online only. Okay.
Also, no voice. Didn't you hear his
Oh, no,
voice?
trust me. You hear my voice.
It's on the phone, Jen.
It's on the phone.
It's on the phone, but you go through online to like
Correct.
book him. And
Right.
So the phone call is linked to me through the website.
it's
Unless
okay,
you-
we're all learning because I did not know that this was still a thing.
I had no idea
so-
it was still a thing. That's why it really blew my mind. Like I
I've
went back
never
to
even
girl
heard
6.
of it before.
Now, it's different also if you sext me, then we're texting.
That's what I thought he did.
Or I do both.
Oh, just
He
so
goes
text.
both
That's what I
ways.
said. So it wasn't a dumb question.
I'm a man of many talents.
So what do you do?
Yeah, so it's still considered a phone sex operator. However, one of the like subsets is you can also be a sexter, which is a person who texts sex, basically.
I do that and I don't get paid for it.
See?
We all
We are
give it
learning.
away for free. I'm not.
Get
ever
your
mad.
$5, Jen.
I'm not
I
ever
need my
mad.
$5, and that's per text.
All right. So how long have you been in the business?
So this is the month of September. So about 4 months now.
Okay. All right.
What made you go into that field? Like, what did that process start from the beginning? You're sitting at home. Like, how do you go from I'm on my couch and then now I'm a phone sex operator?
Well, first, my bank account. I was broke as a joke, and I said, I need something that will make me quick money, something that I do not have to spend money to get the money. Also, something that honestly is easy to do. You know, I can still be productive at home. I could still wash laundry, wash dishes. If I wanted to sit there and watch TV, if I wanted to fall asleep, to be honest, I wanted something that was easy but would still fill my bank account. The second thing was I've been getting for years from other people that I have that voice.
You
And
do.
at first, I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I guess that's a thank you. But then it finally dawned on me and said, well, at least look into it. You know, see what is it all about? Is it worth doing? How crazy do you have to get to do it? Would I really have an audience base? You know, all of those questions flooded my mind. So then I went to good old Google and I started looking up what the requirements were for a male, because obviously it's a lot different than a female, because it is a female oriented industry. So more women are in it as far as the operators than men, but obviously there are men out here who do it. So I had to find that out. And then once I found a company that I was comfortable with their expectations, I said, let's give it a try. The worst thing that could happen is I get my first check and bounce.
Okay.
What are those
That's a good answer.
requirements you need? Like,
So, for example, I knew I didn't want to be with a company where I had to be on camera.
Okay.
I was not going to strip in front of anybody. I wasn't.
You
gonna,
weren't.
Oh, that's a private session that you have to pay exclusive money for this
I know
chocolate.
that's right. I know that's right.
Some people will pay it.
And then we can talk. So I
much money you
didn't want to be on camera. You know, I didn't want to have to like do anything crazy to me, or in front of other people. I wasn't going to put anything on my body or in my body, or, you know, it ejaculate in front of people, like all of that stuff. No, that was a no for me. I was like, I'm not that experienced in real life sexually, so I was like, I can't fake that part, you know. So that was one. The other thing was I didn't want a time requirement. I wanted to be able to log on when I felt like it. I wanted to be able to log off when I was ready. I didn't want to have a quota, you know, or anything like that. So I wanted the option to be phone or texting or both. If they expected anything else beyond that, or like Skype, I wouldn't do Skype. Same, all of those things I wouldn't do. But if those two requirements were met for me, I was cool.
All right, interesting.
Now, you said that your personal life, you're not that experienced. So going into this situation, you know, when you have these, you know, phone calls or sex conversations, where do you channel that experience from?
To be honest, my friends. So I live vicariously through my sexually deviant friends.
You have great friends.
Yes, I do. And also Google. There were so many things when I first started that I had no idea what they were talking about. And it showed, to be honest. And there were moments where we had to mutually agree that we're going to end this call because I don't want to waste your money.
Yeah.
And I don't want to waste your time either. And I don't know how to please you yet. So we're just going to call it a day.
I love that. I love that. I'm telling you.
You got values. You got morals.
He
I like
does.
that. Hold on. Let's talk about
Does,
that.
but he also said yet.
How was it for the first call? Like, how did you feel? Because I'd be like nervous.
Completely.
So
Yeah.
the funny thing is my first call was pretty crazy because so my actual name is a unisex name. So when they registered me as a female. So they made a mistake from jump. So I naturally, because I was on the female side of the website, I got a male. And I wasn't expecting that. So, and I don't think he was expecting me. But he
That must've been
obviously,
so
but his
funny.
mindset was open enough that he was like, look.
But were you into it?
Wow.
You're about to make, was I into it? No. Because, well, for a couple reasons. One, I was nervous. So even if it was a female, which I would have been more comfortable doing, I still wasn't ready. You know, I've never done something like this. I definitely don't talk like this. So, like, this is truly the opposite of my personality.
It's like an alter ego.
Yeah, to be honest, that's what it felt like. So I was nervous. I definitely was like, oh, Lord, what am it? I was like, it depends on what this man is about to ask me. Because, you know, there's certain things that would be easier to just like go with the flow because you know you just know how sex works.
So
like,
what did he ask?
So the very first call, and I will never
The juicy
forget,
stuff.
I learned what a cuckold is, and
What?
yeah, so right there I was like, what in the world? So I had to Google it while I was talking to him.
So what is it?
So that's basically when you have a couple, typically a straight couple, right, and their partner cannot please them the way that they need to. So then they bring in someone else, and that partner, typically the male, so the husband or the boyfriend, would watch the newcomer screw their wife.
Yeah, well, and actually, it's actually deeper. It's not even a performance thing. Some men are just turned on by the idea of watching their wives or significant others get fucked by somebody else. So there's levels to it. So there's a level of I actually want to watch. There's the level of I want to hide in the closet and watch. And then there's a level like they don't ever really want to watch. They just want to know that you went out and fuck with somebody. So they'll help you get the date. Like they'll help you get dressed. They'll pick out your clothes. They'll set everything up. And then you go off and do your thing. And then when you come back, you have to give them the details on it. So that's cuckolding. Yeah.
So does that turn sexual? Like for like the husband?
Yeah, it turns him on. Yeah.
I know, but like
some of them
Yeah,
like to
he'll
fuck
get
after
hard
this.
and then he'll
Yeah.
He can.
Absolutely.
pleasure himself watching them.
He might just watch. I mean, there's
so
just
he doesn't
different level.
participate.
No, unless he might be in the room watching. You know what I mean? Like he might watch, or again, he could be sitting in the chair watching, giving like, "Hey, do this, do that," or he might be in the closet.
Being a director.
Yeah,
Hey, you be
director.
surprised?
Yeah, so that's a whole thing, you know.
Yeah, I'm still
Nice.
learning about that one.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
What is the weirdest thing that you have been asked?
Okay, now actually this one was recent and I had to mute myself so I didn't laugh on the phone.
Oh,
So it was a gentleman and I could tell this was already going to be awkward because he wasn't direct and he didn't really want to tell me what he wanted at first. So he was sort of like beating around the bush with small talk, and then it just would go silent. Now, mind you, that's fine with me because the more time, more money. So we can sit here in silence. We can kumbaya together and do whatever. But when he finally got to it, because I was like, all right, so what do you like? What do you want? He was like, I want you to lick my nose.
nose.
And I was like
Like the outside.
I was like
the nostrils?
like a dog, like literally lick, like make your nose wet. He was like, yeah. So in my mind, I'm already like, And then I'm also like, this call is about to end because I don't know how to deal with it. I don't even know how to make that sound sexual. I don't know how to turn you on. And I honestly don't even know how to fake this one. So then it turned into, not only do I want you to lick my nose, but I want to put my entire nose in your mouth.
I'm sorry.
So the first
Keeps
thing I
getting
thought,
me.
I was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Like if it's not run in my mouth, if you sneeze, like all these things, boogie fall out.
So
know,
many
like,
germs.
Yeah, and I'm a germaphobe, so I was like, that's a dead no for me. So actually, he's the first person I ever hung up with.
Wait, but you couldn't fake that, huh?
No, that was something that was past my threshold of imagination and finessing.
It was so left for you.
Yeah, it was so left that I had to end the call.
Wow.
What happens when you do? So you guys can end calls without any, repercussions coming back afterwards
From
the business
From
standpoint.
my knowledge, at this point in time, yes. But I'm sure if I did that constantly,
then it would be okay.
yeah, there would be an issue with that. But I've never done that until this call.
So I would imagine there's a rating, so that the callers can rate you. So, and then the higher the rating, does that mean that you can make more money? Like if you're a higher rated person?
No, it's sort of one of those things that the higher the rating, the more likely someone's going to click on my profile.
Okay.
Now, I do also think that on the page, so imagine tiles of profiles, the higher my rating, the further to the first page I will also be. So, of course, that's more visibility to those who are online. But
So what
other
are you
than
now?
that, I don't get a bonus. Where am I right now?
What number page you on?
Well, I'm not currently signed in, so I would imagine that I'm probably on like page 3 or 4.
Okay.
But whenever I
have to
sign
click
What
in,
is
You
it,
don't
like
have to
5
click too
pages?
far.
I would need
No.
to be number one. So
oh no, there's hundreds of pages.
I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you, Mr. Thunder. You know what? I just had an idea. We just fun, we freestyling here. Why don't we do a reenactment? And let's pick one of the ladies to do a call with
How
you.
about you were volunteering your nose?
Would you?
Yes.
No, no.
So,
Not
No, not this nose.
It's Jen.
no, I can't do it.
It is Jen.
No nose.
Jen,
Why does it have to be me?
because you were the most aroused at this moment. You've been on.
How
10.
do you know if I'm aroused right now?
Your nose says it all.
Yeah. I can just pick up your energy. The energy
not
is there.
you.
Yeah. So right.
Let me tell you, I have
did
not
he
clutched
say?
my pearls so many times. I did not.
Wait, no. What did he say?
If you do not, you
you
about
will
to be.
be. So
No,
yes.
don't do that to me.
Oh, it's too late. You forgot your headphones.
Because I would be like, you know what, bye.
And that's why it's
Fuck
going
this
to
page.
be. This is going to be a fun experiment.
Because I've never called one. So what do I say? What do I ask?
Yeah, so that's a question. How is the call flow?
it honestly depends on who's calling. So there's a lot of personalities. I've had people jump on and immediately go straight into what they want. I have some people who have to have a whole conversation first, I guess, to get them to sort of calm down. So how you doing? What you doing? What did you do today? You know, all of that before we even start talking sexually. And then I've had only once someone get on the call and they say nothing.
Yes.
And I'm supposed to give a whole story to dead silence.
Yeah.
And when they're done, they just hang up.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't know that. So the person hung up twice and then messaged me through the website to say, oh, I'm not going to say anything. I'm like, so you weren't gonna tell me the first 2 times?
Right.
Yeah,
Which
right.
kind of call are you gonna be, Jen?
She's
don't
gonna be the
know.
hesitant one. So, Mr.
How would you break somebody out of their shell?
Mr. Thunder? Well, he's going. He's going to
see.
see. We're
See,
going
why
to
would
see.
you make me shy? You know I have virgin ears. You know, like
Yeah, that's
even better.
that's
these
even
eyes are
better.
virgin, this mouth is virgin. I don't even say anything bad. I
She's
told you I
such a
just found out what
sweetheart.
sex was.
Isn't
No,
it?
you're just like me though.
You know, listen.
No, don't
It's a good
don't
thing you
buy
got
no,
friends.
Mr. Thunder, don't buy into this because this is the same person that can detect if a male is faking an orgasm.
She's
Yeah.
just very nice and very in tune with what's going on
Yeah.
around her.
Right.
Right?
She can
Well,
just detect.
My
She
body
is.
is sensitive, so
I
Very
bet it
sweet.
is.
That's good. I wanted to
You
be
set
very
yourself up for that one, girl. You gave him that one.
All right. All right. So you know what, Mr. Thunder. So I give respect. Why don't you? She's already said hello, so you can.
no, let me
start
say
with
hello.
Oh, okay.
Tell her why you calling, girl. Get
See,
your
there we go.
call.
All right,
Take
let's
my hello
go.
away from me.
All right, you're on.
Would I just say hello? Hello.
How you
Good, and you?
doing? I'm good now that I'm talking to you. What are you doing
It's
right
like
now?
I'm done. I came.
Oh no, but you can. What do you want to do?
Stop! I can't.
So when
I
you
can't
have
stop.
someone, don't stop.
Yeah, why you interrupt?
No, because I want him to keep her going.
She's my
He was
quad.
already
What,
keeping
what was
going.
the word?
You know what? Don't make me mute everybody else's mic because I will.
Ooh,
Come on.
Why would you do that?
Because this is going to happen.
Right, it is.
Look,
gonna
I'm already
happen.
getting red. I'm so shy. I'm shy.
Good, I want the blood to flow. You ready for me to give you
I'm
something?
like, are you a
can feel?
doctor?
I can be your doctor.
To fix what?
Fix everything you've been missing.
See, my smart mouth would be like, don't you mean find
I like
what's been
that.
missing?
Well, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Like, you on the call.
Because, okay.
So say it. Be smart.
I can handle you.
You cannot.
You want a bet? Where you want me to start? With your lips? On your neck?
And I'm like, okay, I'm done.
You know what? Good job, Mr. Thunder. Good job, Mr.
You were
Thunder.
too much for her.
because you had something for.
He
Oh, I always
did.
have something for you.
Yeah.
Always.
He
Never
did.
hesitate.
You know what? I want to redo. Rel is up.
No, I'm
She,
not.
she,
That's
What?
no.
it should be TJ.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
It's
Oh, I think you
Because
would
she
do a great
writes
job.
erotic
We would have a great
novels.
time. However,
She could be my
However,
great teacher, and then the next time I could do it.
However, what?
no, thank you.
You sure?
No, thank you. For now, I am.
You'll come back.
For now, you might come back.
When I come back, you'll definitely come.
You might
That's
if I
fine.
let you.
It's getting hot.
That would be, you are good.
Let me give it up for you.
I do. I have to give it up. You are good.
When you give it up, you get a bonus.
What's the bonus
Now-
look like?
I do have a question. Do you pleasure yourself also during these calls?
No, I do not.
And you've never have?
No.
For real?
No.
So you don't.
So you're
get-
not into it? Like, I would have to be into
Oh,
it.
usually I'm like cooking, doing laundry, bills, watching TV, exercising.
So even when you're texting too, you've never pleasured yourself
No,
talking to another person?
Like you don't
No.
get excited.
You don't get excited?
no,
Your dick's never gone hard.
no.
That's
That's
crazy.
a lie.
What are
No.
the fantasies? Because maybe what they're requesting
True.
is not his
Well-
thing. Like if you're
Well, what
asking
is
to
your
suck
thing?
on your nose, then that
Oh,
one.
yeah, no.
Well, first let me backtrack. When I'm doing this is business for me. So I have no personal connection to whoever I'm talking to, and I'm one of the guys where the emotional connection gets me more than the physical. So because I'm not emotionally connected to a stranger on the phone that I can't see, you're not going to get me aroused. So that's the first thing. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Second of all, usually
Oh,
what
you're
people,
such a good guy.
you know, I try to be. I like to please the ladies.
Such a gentleman.
My mama raised me right.
There you go.
Does your mama know you do this?
Thank God she does not.
My mom doesn't know I do this.
My mama does. She comments on our social media pages.
All mama needs to know is that I'm paying my bills.
If
Right.
mommy finds out I do this,
So who in your circle knows that you do this?
I would say my very tight circle knows, and obviously this group right here, this wonderful group.
when you say by tight circle, is that like siblings, just friends, nobody
my
blood
siblings
related?
do not know, so my close friends.
Mama would know if siblings knew.
Yeah.
Mama would know.
So I would say maybe about 4 people know
When-
outside of you.
And that's how it should be. They don't need to know.
They don't,
They don't. Nobody needs to know.
and honestly, they can't handle it.
That's what I was going to ask. When you told your close circle, was there any, oh my God, any judgment along with that?
No judgment, but they were like, you out of all people, because like I said, this is not my personality. I'm honestly shocked every day that I can even do it, because it's the total opposite of who I am. So they were more shocked and they didn't believe me. But it was never like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this and you should stop and this is crazy. They were like, does it really pay? And I'm like, I wouldn't be, y'all know me. I wouldn't do it if it didn't pay the bills. So
Have any of them wanted to apply?
one did apply, and she has been doing it for about a month now. The other
You
tried, but she couldn't mentally do it.
All
It
right.
wasn't her thing.
That's disappointing.
So what kind of fantasies do people request?
Oh my goodness. So there's so many that I'm still educating myself on what they're called. But I would say the ones that I'm more familiar with, first of all, people love a chocolate man. You hear me?
I love a
People
chocolate man.
love, oh yeah? How
Ooh.
much chocolate you can handle?
I love all black men.
Yeah?
Hold
All
on.
of them. They're so sexy.
Trust me, we love you too. But so right there, that's already a bonus that I'm black. So they absolutely love that, and that's both genders. Like they both, black is like the epitome of the industry. So if you're a black, you already where it's at.
You know why?
Tell me why.
Probably because of the myth. They say black guys have big dicks. So
And
part of it.
taboo. It's the taboo. You know.
That is that's a category right there, taboo.
Yeah.
Now that's a very broad category though, because there's a lot of things that are taboo.
well, from my experience.
You're good
All
experience.
those 6 minutes, 6 minutes at a time. Is that why you can only handle
That's
6
probably
minutes?
why.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Trust me, we can do it.
No, they wouldn't be able to build nothing up.
Yeah. That's cool. So how so when
wait,
you
hold on.
what? Oh.
So being
Ma-
black, what are the other categories,
okay.
those other fantasies?
So we already talked about cuckolding, and now I haven't experienced anyone wanting to hide in the closet, or anyone that just sat there silently. Usually, the ones that I've experienced, they always want to watch actively, and they're usually stroking their dick while they're watching, and they're getting off. Some direct, some don't. Some are very specific. So I remember one specific call where I had to step by step explain how I took his wife out on a date. So like, what did I have on? What did she have on? Where did we go for dinner? What did we order? What was the bill? The price of the bill. What did I do to escort her back to their house?
so that's like the
step
getting
by
ready
step.
part that you were talking
Yeah.
about earlier.
Right.
You
Yeah.
wanted to hear everything.
Do they ask you to make noises, like choking noises and stuff? Like
No,
gagging noises?
They will never ask you to make a noise. They might ask you to choke, and then depending on how good you are, you can sort of make your own noise just for them to feel like it's an authentic moment within the call. But they'll never ask for a specific sound, just for the action to be done. So like they might say, choke me, however I react to that is how I react to that.
And what do you say? Okay, I'm choking you?
It depends on where we are in the story, but like if you just told me to choke you right now, I would describe like,
How's the grip?
no, I would say like, I put you against the wall, and grip you around your neck, and I feel your throb as it wraps around your neck, and we look at you as you gasp for a breath while I slide inside you.
Yeah. So you were literally painting a picture.
Absolutely.
That's all. You were painting the scene with your words.
Exactly.
Jen.
And the better picture I paint, the more they get off.
Because you like it.
Our
That's
poor
the
good
Lights are
girl.
very bright in here.
Our poor good girl is having such a time tonight with this one.
This struggle. This struggle is real. So can you dictate, like, if you are just a heterosexual actor, or like in terms of who your customers are, or do you have to kind of take whatever comes your way?
You sort of have to take whatever comes your way, which I had to accept that as well when I first
Okay.
started this, because unlike the female side of it, because the men do not dominate on the employee side, they
Right.
dominate on the customer side. So therefore, I had to be willing to talk to men just as much as I would talk to women.
Okay. I was asking for a friend.
Go ahead, Jen.
So all walks of life. You have women, men, transgendered, cross-dressers, if that's the correct term. Yeah, you have all different types of people who are calling.
Okay. That's cool.
I love that. I love it. This episode just blown my mind. I love this conversation.
So has this part of your life, that career, how much of it has bled into your personal life? Like, do you find that you're more descriptive when you're in your personal romantic situations?
Actually, no, not yet. But what I will say,
He keeps it separate.
yeah, I do keep. I honestly
After
do
my
keep
first
it
call, I'd be
separate.
like, all right, we trying that.
I don't know if I would even tell my significant other that I did it.
No, but
I would
what I mean, like, so if you were like a porn star, right? Like if you were actually fucking and you're learning all these skills and you're improving, it's almost impossible for that to not bleed into when you are fucking for love, or for your personal enjoyment, right? Like how do you separate that? So I would imagine that if you become this talker, like you're working and you're talking to people and you're learning how to paint a picture, like how does that not happen in your personal life when you're talking, when you're dating, like, yeah, not that you have to be like, I'm gonna paint a picture of me choking you, but I'm just saying you might become more artful with your words.
Now, I will say, well, I'm already charismatic, so I'm
Check
I'm
that
good with
out.
that. But what I will say is, when I'm observing, I sort of connect the terms that I'm learning to what they're doing. So it's not that I'm necessarily changing my speech or what I say, but it's allowing me to sort of dive deeper into what my partner wants.
Whoa. Okay. There you go. That's a good answer.
What's some stuff that you want to do? Like, what's the nastiest? Like, what are the nasty stuff that people are requesting? Because obviously they're calling
Not like
in.
gross nasty, like freak nasty.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Not nose
One
nasty.
person's freak nasty is another person's gross
Here
nasty.
we go.
We
No
want to
one-
know what
okay,
his
the
level of
freak
freak nasty
nasty
is.
See, that's a tough question to answer, because I think the craziest one was the nose thing, but I guess to follow that up, no, this isn't a freaky thing. It's more that it's too left for me. Like, I don't know how to talk to a male cross-dresser. We can't talk on the phone because it's one mental space to be talking to a male, but then you're a male telling me that you're like in heels and a dress and like a slip. So then you want me to treat you like a woman, but I gotta already mentally talk to you like a man. That's too much, like,
But
mental
if you're
dissonance for me.
If you're not pleasuring yourself from it, is there a limit if it's not turning you on? It's just something that a conversation being had.
It is being a conversation, but you have to at least be able to finesse like you know what you're talking about. And obviously that's something I have no idea. Never been around.
So they
it.
can fake in real life, but they can't
Identify.
fake over the phone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that what it is?
But I would stop it. She's being
Too
mean.
late.
No, but I would imagine though, like, so if it's a cross dresser, right? They're going for they're a female, like in their mind at that moment, right? They're
Necessarily.
no, but
Yeah,
I mean,
there's levels to it because like then I'm like, so am I like sliding into your vagina or your pussy? Or
Well, if
am
you're
I
wearing
sliding
a
into
dress-
your ass? Like there's. I don't know which one.
The
to pick 'cause they don't
terminology he
know.
doesn't know how to use.
a hole is
Okay,
a
I get
hole.
it.
Tell
Not
me which
for
hole
them.
you want
Nah,
me
but
to.
when you're trying to be
No,
descriptive,
no,
Yeah, he's
there's
gotta lead
different
that
sizes, so
conversation.
it ain't a hole is a
And
hole.
usually those people are very submissive, so they want me to already know. They're not going to coach me through what I should have already known to say.
Huh.
So it depends on
Interesting.
your audience. So that audience is not one to be a teacher versus certain audiences. Oh no, they're gonna tell you what they want to hear, and then you just need to repeat it, and that's very easy to do. So that's how you can like fake it but not be passionate into it because you just told me what to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I would assume, maybe I'm wrong, but if it's a male and being in their female state at that particular moment, that I would just go with female terminology, like
Oh.
you know
See,
what I
then
mean?
they've hit me with male terminology though.
Like, could we have
So,
an example?
like,
Do I need to be the cross dresser?
So no, like there's been times where like he'll say like, so he'll warm up and be like, do you like me in my dress, you know? But then I'm like, but you see like my dick getting hard in the dress, and I'm like, wait, hold on, but
See,
where
that,
are we going with this? But then he'll like slide back to like, but you want to eat my pussy out?
See?
But then it's like, but
so
then
why not ask at the beginning? What would you
Well,
like for me
no,
to
but you know
address
what? I think I
as?
got a solution for you. So when they're like, "Yeah, you see my dick getting hard," you be like, "Yeah, I think I want to suck that," right? Right, because they're bringing attention to it, right? So whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever they bring, so
But then if I get it wrong and that's not what they wanted, you just
they be
get
like, "Well,
the
don't
whole
tell me
group.
your dick was hard then."
But see, with customer service,
Don't
you
tell
can't
me.
do that.
Yeah.
Remember, I still have to give good customer service, so that's not allowed.
Oh,
So what about when it becomes rough sex? Like then you just rude.
Oh, but
She
that's
said
that is
rude.
a category. Some people
'Cause
do
what if-
like you being rude. I forget what the
Be like, bitch,
category
shut
is
up.
called, but
Slap
it's
me.
it's sadomasochism, right? So you're either the sadist or you're the masochist, right?
Then there's like slut shaming and some other stuff that I don't do well with that because I'm not really good at
This is
insulting.
your one chance to insult somebody to get
Yeah.
paid.
And,
Let me
but see,
join
I'm
there.
I'm not that type of person.
Referral fee.
So
Yeah, I
that's what you would do. You would just like be mean to people on the phone. That's
All right,
So
let's,
send her an application later.
let's see, Jen, you're now the operator.
Oh my god! And what?
Yeah.
You're the caller?
Okay, I'll be the caller. I want you to abuse me
No. Why do you have to use the word abuse?
because
That's
it
what it
turns
is,
me
girl.
on. My dick is now hard. The thought of you abusing me.
Well, it needs to not be hard. Okay.
Ooh.
I don't know. Make it not be hard.
I'll kick you right in it.
Well, that would take everything away.
How about that? No,
I
you
don't
wouldn't make it.
That
you
would,
wouldn't make it. No.
and it's okay.
but if that's what you wanted, you would want
Right.
her
That's
to-
abuse.
Yeah.
Some people do want that. They do.
Yeah.
I know they want that, but gosh,
Oh,
not
you know they want that.
it was too much too soon. Like why? You know,
He
I'm-
just came out the.
If her real sex is 6 minutes, you know her phone sex isn't going to be forever. She ain't got all day to
You
hold
got
that
30
phone.
seconds.
She ain't
I
got
was
all day to
gonna say
hold that
6
phone.
seconds.
I'm like, you
I
got
know.
30 seconds to make your plea to talk to me.
You a cheap date and I can't have it.
You gotta keep them on the phone, Jen. That's how you make your money. The longer, the better.
Oh my gosh. TJ is not on her
I
dean
know.
today.
No, because you know, guys, I never have my ringer on. I don't even know what my phone is.
Lord.
My phone.
You need your
Other
phone
back-
if you're going to call me.
Ooh. But you said I can do it on the internet, right?
Absolutely.
See, I be listening.
So on your iPad,
I be
your computer.
listening.
Good.
So on your profile, on when they're picking people, is there a picture of you or no?
There
Or
is
is
a
it?
picture.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's also, if you choose, which I did choose, you can also leave a voicemail so they can hear your voice.
That's good. You about your business. I appreciate
Absolutely.
that. That's dope.
And he keeps the two separate. So when he's
Everybody
off
to come up with what their phone sex operator name would be, starting with the producer.
Dick Rockwood.
no.
And why is it Dick Rockwood?
The first name is because I'm not trying to give my shit out like that, but it's the that's the name of the street I grew up on. So last name and then your first name is like whatever. So what would yours be, Rel?
Mine's brown sugar.
Hey,
I already got
Oh.
mine. All right.
What you been doing?
I
That's
know.
when I become my name.
amen.
So y'all keep sleeping on Rel. I keep telling you, y'all keep sleeping on
I'm
her.
telling you, they like some good brown sugar.
Oh, I've seen the
like
brown
that.
sugar in action, so I already know.
And I usually don't want it. I don't ask for it. That's the problem.
We didn't even know this one was a possibility for her to ask for. She changing lives.
What
She
is your
would.
name?
Oh, so last
don't
name
know.
LaRue. I'm trying to think of good. I'm going through my list of streets. I've got Wynwood, Washington. I don't have good streets.
LaRue is
I know.
the red.
Mine would just be like Juicy J. It would
Hey,
need to
now.
be quick.
She's straight to
Juicy
it.
J. That's cute.
Juicy J.
Juicy J until 6 minutes and 1 second.
Right.
30 seconds if you're on the
And then
phone.
it's
Right.
We'll make you juicy, so go ahead.
That's all you need.
You'll never dry up with me.
That's why it's juicy.
That was amazing.
If you catch her off guard and she doesn't get to think about it, she is right back and forth with him.
But that's how it should
This
be.
mouth is a problem. That's the thing.
And then when she starts thinking about it and catching
I
herself,
can feel that mouth.
Ooh.
Question is, how far can you open it?
That's my thing. Like, I could never call in. I would be like,
I'll be laughing.
I don't know what to say. Yeah.
but he's good. You don't even have to wonder what to say because and that's why I appreciate when he said that he, if it's a situation that he's not comfortable with or he's not experienced in, he's not going to waste your time. But when it's something that he's comfortable with, he's going to give you a good time.
Oh, absolutely.
That's going to be a good call.
You're going to think about me when you hang up that phone.
See?
And actually, I do have some regulars.
Ooh, they can.
So
So they
what do
can.
some of your regulars ask for?
So I've had a regular that just wants me to keep screwing his wife. I've had a regular who, it's sort of like, I guess you would call the category like racial. I don't really know what the correct terminology is, but where he'll be like, yeah, I want that nigga dick. And at first that was really hard for me to like
Boy.
but then I was like, well, clearly he really wants that. So
In
I'm just
real
gonna
life,
go
and
with
it's
the
scared.
flow with
And especially
that.
today's times, that's
Yes.
Yeah, he right, and that's why at first it threw me off, but then he was like, "Yeah, I've been really wanting this black dick," I'm like, "Okay, here
I
we
bet.
go."
So did you struggle
so
with that at
desirable.
first, or
Did I
like
what?
struggle with that?
I
Like,
struggled with that majorly, but he liked my voice enough that he gave me another shot, and because I sort of reflected on the first call on what worked, what didn't work, what he told me he wanted to hear, then I was able to, okay, get out of your head, which is where the separation comes from. Forget the fact that this is about me being black and he's probably racist in real life and he's demeaning my name probably, but who knows? Get out of that. At the end of the day, he want black dick.
and you gonna give him?
Yeah,
because
I'm
you
like,
want that
that's
green
big
money.
dick.
You want that
Exactly.
green
Right,
money.
exactly.
Like, give me that.
So I think our longest conversation was 22 minutes.
So how long do calls usually last? That's another
I've
question.
had calls as quick as 5 minutes, and I've had one as long as 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Jen said no.
45 minutes.
That's about 7.5 times too long for her.
Do people call? Does anyone ever call just to talk? Because like there's like the sexual aspect.
So I haven't had a phone call that's like that, but I've had a sexting session where we literally talked all day.
Ooh.
And it was about like, what are your interests? What books do you read? What do you do for fun? It was nothing sexual at all. I think the closest we got was like, what type of underwear do I wear?
So what type do you wear?
I know that's right.
Some nice form-fitting boxer briefs. So that you can see everything that you need and everything you're about to get, and then so you can pull it off and get the real thing.
Yeah.
Why do you guys torture me?
You did it.
She walked into the
Yeah,
torture
she
chamber.
did.
Opened the door. She dialed the number.
You walked into
I
it.
just put the key in, and oh my god!
Stick
That's
shift
all
in
you
the
needed.
ignition.
Yeah, well, you
I
know.
love this.
I
So
do.
have you had anyone like offend you to the like you're like, nah, I'm good and end the call? Or have you been able to stick it all out?
No, I have. The closest would have been the racial one.
Okay.
But I stuck through with it because I had to remember you can't take this personally. One, they're calling you. So unfortunately, they don't care about me. They just care about getting what they want. So if I take it personally, I would never be on the phone with anybody. So
Right.
no, I haven't gotten to the point where I was like, oh, absolutely not. No.
Okay. Yeah, because you're an object.
Basically.
At that point in
and
time,
I just
you're
treat
just
them like
object.
object back.
Okay. That's incredible.
So, question: when you said that the person was texting you all day, are the rates different from the phone conversation?
Absolutely.
Okay,
You get paid more to be on the phone.
okay.
So I believe like texting is like 9 cents a text.
Oh, that adds up though.
It does add
That
up,
all
to be
day?
honest.
For
If you're
what?
texting all day, and it's per text that they send you. So like if they send 3 text messages to me to say what they need to say, well, that's
27
8.
cents.
Get your check, get your coins.
So are the texts, is it character limits like Twitter? Like,
You could only
160
I'm
characters?
sure there is because I see that whatever the character limit is before it becomes a multimedia message, that's the limit.
Okay.
Now, if they do send me a picture, I think I get 90 cents for that. So $1.
Do you see interesting pictures?
No one sent me a picture yet.
No one sent you a
Because
picture.
you're not asking for pictures. That's the
No.
problem. You need to be like, can I
You
see?
need to ask
Oh,
for
you
the
should.
Are
pictures.
you allowed to ask for pictures?
See, I get them on the phone. My goal is to get the maximum amount of money. So I'm not gonna ask you for a picture. I just want you to get on the phone. Let me talk to you.
I know that's right. You can keep your
But
pictures.
I'll be making money while I'm doing something else. That's
Because
what
I
I'm
would think
saying.
you could multitask, right? Because you could be having multiple texting conversations
have.
simultaneously. So, you actually, by volume, you could actually make more money texting over the call and still be productive. And I'm just saying, just put it out there.
Realistically, you wouldn't have that many conversations to make it more than a phone call. But I have texted while I was on a phone call.
Probably him, me. I'll have them. What? I have 3 phones lined up. These fingers are quick. These hands are magical.
Push that button.
That is. So, what advice do you have for anyone who's considering getting into your line of work?
The biggest thing would be you have to have an open mind. So regardless of what your morals, values, preferences, all of those things, you have to leave that at the door before you sign in. You cannot bring that over, or else you'll be very limited, which means you will not be a great asset to the company that you're working for. Also, it's better to be a pleaser because
Is
they
it?
want you. Oh, absolutely.
You enjoy it?
I am a pleaser, so I actually do enjoy making others feel good.
too.
That part is nice. So yeah,
Hold on.
maybe we can please each other.
If you see his face right now, you look so surprised.
No, I'm not surprised. I know your energy. I understand it. Very
She's
elusive.
a good girl.
You have to have a good
Yeah.
vocabulary as well. So you can't be boring. You can't just say like the same 3 phrases
Well,
and then you're gonna make it. You gotta be able to have a diverse vocabulary and also know the audience of who you're speaking to.
It's very important.
Okay. Well, that was a very, very, very good interview. We really appreciate you coming through.
Absolutely.
we do.
We
Thank
might
you.
have to
Being so
have you
open.
back. Yeah, open, right? How
Very
many is
open.
trying? Yeah. How open are you, Jen, right now? How you
Well,
feeling?
you know what?
She won't be closed.
I'm gonna get Jen a spare pair of drawers.
Oh, remember, she don't wear any.
Easy access.
Hold on.
Listen,
Oh, my chair. I'm gonna have to Febreze my chair.
You can't do that. I had to catch that.
he can come smell right now.
I wasn't ready.
It better be juicy fruit that I smell.
Oh,
Pink
man.
Starburst.
I drink a lot of water.
Put my cup down.
He can come smell right now. He don't have to wait till nobody leaves.
Just go ahead and move out the way.
That was good. See, you might have needed to be an operator. And
She would laugh the whole time.
I think I would laugh the whole time. I don't laugh during sex, but because it's not actually, it would depend. Because I think that I would get pleasure out of it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just like, it's crazy how you don't get pleasure from it, but I would.
I think maybe initially you would, but then after a while, it becomes very
Yep.
routine. It's like when you go to the strip club, like the first few minutes, it's like, woo, look at that. But by the end of the night, you're like,
Here
yeah,
come another
titties.
ass.
Exactly.
There's some more titties. Get that out of my face.
Take this dollar. Go ahead and go.
Yeah,
It's just another call.
because I have paid strippers to leave me alone. Like, please go here. Thank you. Appreciate
Just
it.
pay you to stop.
That's terrible.
It's real. It's real life. You know, they gotta make their money. They can't help if they struggling physically.
It's like, I appreciate you being here, but go that way.
Oh, I just caught that. Yeah, I just caught that. So if they're ugly, don't even come near you.
Don't stay. Here's a couple of dollars. Please.
You got
please
that
go.
30-second rule. Like, Jen, you got to go.
See, that's why I'm glad I don't see their face, so I don't have
Right.
to judge that aspect.
But yeah.
Because I would.
Do you ever have them describe themselves to you?
Usually it's very minimal, but so not really. But if they do, they might just say like athletic build or slender or thick, and leave it at that. And they might give you your height. Other than that, they don't go into specific.
I would need height, shoe size, and the distance
To be able
between
to
their
please
pinky.
them.
Can you send me a hand shot?
Send me a picture of your hand.
High five. Yeah. What you need is for them to not be honest. Like you need
They're
to
not
be the
going
fly
to
city.
be.
Hopefully, but there's
Some
some people
are.
that
I would lie.
Right. They be like, I got a hair lip, but it's
Let me say I got micro penis. Click.
It's a short
It's
call.
funny you say that because I've actually had people admit that.
Oh wow.
You're supposed to love the micro penis, and they tell you
Who's
they have
supposed
that
to love the
on the
micro
phone because you're
penis?
providing a fantasy. That's the service. So like, oh, that turns me on. How small is it? Centimeters or
Be
millimeters?
smaller?
Yes.
See, there you go. There you're catching on.
Yeah.
Remember, it's
Are you
not
in
about
training,
you.
girl? You didn't even know it.
That's crazy.
Anything, you know.
All
They got
things
a
are possible.
They got a third nipple. Ooh, you made my year. Seriously.
You are so good at it already.
Maybe you need to sign up pretty soon.
Maybe
You
he
got
is
2
already.
referrals.
You see, he's being a teacher.
You got the voice.
So teach us some things.
You got 2 employee referrals. Look at that.
Yeah.
Do you get a bonus for referring people?
You do.
Well, you got 2 coming.
Maybe later, for real. But
You got 2 coming.
go ahead, Jen, laugh. Anyway, well, this about wraps it up. We are at the
Yes.
end of our stretch. We really like to thank our guests for
Yes, thank you
coming
for
and being
coming.
open and
You.
sharing, and definitely have to have you back.
Indeed.
This is dope.
Send us questions.
Please.
If there's anything that we missed that you want to know,
Yeah.
you can always follow up.
How can they do that, Ro?
Follow us on Instagram and all other social media platforms at Sinful Pleasures Podcast. And send us a DM or
Yeah.
Yes.
email.
Yes, send an email to
What's the email address, TJ?
sinfulpleasurespodcast@gmail.com.
I had to match your voice, your tone with that.
I cannot.
Do it like a phone sex operator.
Give
We
it
need to
me.
have a number for us
A
too.
Google number? No.
Call me.
Maybe.
Call
You,
Well, Jen, that's the phone sex line.
that can
You want them to
work.
call you?
They can have my personal number.
You want them to call you?
Nah, you don't want that smoke. You definitely don't want that smoke.
They're like, what do you call me for?
Right?
30 seconds.
You don't want that smoke. You
Not
don't
at
want
all.
that
No.
smoke. You don't want that. No,
Some will
these
blow
creep.
you up.
You see how your DMs are. Just imagine
And
that.
don't get that
yeah.
free smoke. Nah, get paid for
No.
that if you're going to
You
do
should see
it.
my block list. That's okay.
Yeah, see. But we guys, thank you for tuning in,
Yes.
for the love, the support, the comments, the shares, all that good stuff. And until the next time, it is Sinful Pleasures. Bye, lady. Bye-bye.
Hey.